Okay, I've got two pieces that I made right here. Now I'm going to take and insert the little valve shaft into the whistle star or whistle piece here, like that, so that it's together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a collet, just an 1/8 inch collet, and I'm going to stick it in there, and I'm going to clamp it up, and then I'm just going to dial in that hole and drill a hole through. Airflow. Need a collet block. Sure use my collet block a lot. And I could be using my Spindex, but I find my collet block is easier. So we'll take that here, and we want to put that right up against it. That way it's a little bit, that way the whistle body is a little snug, so I can just go like that. And then, let's see, how am I going to dial that in straight? Well, I can dial in the hole, then move down, and then dial in again. Or just check it that way. It's not all that critical on. It's not that critical on the y-axis, or yeah, the y-axis. It's the x-axis here that is actually, and that ain't even real critical. But it's more critical than the y, because you're going to be turning it when you turn the whistle on and off on the y-axis, so it's not going to matter. So I'll get an indicator out. And put this one on. Oh, I got to take my light off here again. That's the bad thing about this light. I cannot use my indicoil with it. So I'll just hang that up here for now. You know what? Maybe I'll use my inner rapid instead. I have an inner rapid with a small needle. That has a lot smaller ball and needle right now. The only thing is, I gotta switch collets again. Go to an 1/8 inch collet. I want to put a drill chuck in, so. Is that shank different? I always thought it was an 1/8 inch. I guess I never ever put it in an 1/8 inch collet. What diameter is it? Yeah, really? It's metric. I would have never guessed that. Well, I suppose I can put an indicator or drill chuck in there. I'm going to use a small drill chuck anyway. And I think that opens up to a 3/16. No, it doesn't. What does it open? Oh, it opens up to 1/8. Alright. Put my medium size all right in there. Oops. Gotta have a collet. The collet that I just took out. Probably. I'm gonna have to drop my knee way down. And crank this down. Okay. Someday I'm gonna make myself a power feed button for my knee. I could put a pulley on the front, or even a gear on the front of my Z-axis, and put a motor out there. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. I might be able to do that, but I still need to keep access to the dial. Okay, tighten that up. Now let's move over here. I gotta drop it a little more. And unlock my, Alright. Oop. Boy, my eyes are... I was thinking I was still way above that yet. Wreck my indicator doing that. Now, am I going to go in the hole? Okay, so it's got to go this way. And this way. I don't want to wreck this indicator. A little spendy to replace in a rapid indicator. I think they still make them. I guess I don't know. I haven't bought an indicator in such a long time that I wouldn't be able to tell you. Okay, so definitely got in. You know what? I should have just went on the outside. Swung from there to there, because I just want to get that, and I can eyeball the X. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Drop back. And that way I can get down, put the needle down close to the center line of the pin, and I'll actually get a true reading on it. You know, I don't like that, because this is offset. The center is offset that way. It's, you know, and we're a long ways away. 0. Couple foul. You know. There's 0. And there's 0. Okay, so we should be good on y-axis. So I can go in there and kind of eyeball it now with a indicator or with a drill, and we should be good. So let's just take a small drill. I'm not sure what size drill I want to go through and drill that hole yet. Something small, smaller than the main port hole. So we gotta go that way. I'm looking at which way the drill is deflecting, and it's still deflecting that way, so I gotta go. Like I say, this is not a rocket engine. It's nothing critical on this hole. That's for sure. All right. I'm going to do a small. Small drill. And I'm looking for a small carbide drill, one that won't deflect. I don't have a center drill to go down into there. And if I go in there without, it's going to deflect off that hole, and it'll go up against the edge of the hole. So, I don't know if I've got any. Well, I got these circuit board drills. I don't know if I have anything on that side. I could go in and drill with one of these, and then, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with one of these circuit board drills to spot the hole. They're carbide out in the end. I mean, they're solid carbide out on the end of this, so they won't walk off. I should be able to go in there and spot that hole. Then when I come in with a regular high-speed drill, it'll pick that up. I'm not sure of my depth here. Let's stop for a second. Turn this light on. And go about that far. You love it when the drill truck spits it out like that. All right. There we go. It might almost be big enough. I don't know. We'll test it. We'll test it when we get down. I don't have the whistle tube, but I'll steal the whistle tube off of a different whistle, and we'll put it on there, and we'll see how, if it works or not. I'm going to go with a 52 thou. I'm going to go with a 52 thou diameter through there. There, just trying to get that centered so don't, actually I'm going to go smaller than that. Okay. I'm going to go with a 40 thou. 40 thou drill. We'll try that first. You can always go bigger. If that doesn't work. Okay. That's the 40 thou hole. Good. Now, I'll take that out of the collet. Okay, so I should be able to, yep, just turn that. Now, I got another whistle here. I'm going to steal the end off of it, or the tube. Bring you over here to the surface plate, and we'll see what we can come up with. All right. So I pushed the whistle tube that I stole off another whistle onto it. And into the whistle hole. And I need something to turn it. So, small pink whistle. Is it going to be too small? Yep. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to I'll just use the pliers, I guess, and try to turn it. All right, now I'm going to put some air to it. See, I don't know if I want to go with this length of whistle tube or I think the long. Oh. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. The high pitch hurts your ears. But the hole is actually a little bit bigger than I should have drilled it. Wow, that hurts your ears. I hope the camera's picking it up. That is loud. And my wife's going to come out and wonder what's going on. So what I think I'm going to do is when I make this tube, I'm going to make it about another ½ inch longer. And because I could always cut off, well, I can't just cut it. I was going to say I could just cut it off unless I make the tube not all one piece and put a plug in the top. Then I could adjust the length. That's an idea. and that should work. I don't see why it shouldn't. I could just make a tube and then drill that hole and then put a plug in there that's a heavy slip fit, you know, that's all on the verge of a press fit in the top, and then I can adjust it to the length I want. And then once I find the length I want, you know, Loctite it in place and then cut it off. I've never made one that way. I've got air to it, and I don't know where the valve, apparently I need to make a button or a knob for that yet too, that screw, and cut that head off. The only two things left, really. Well, nope, I got the pressure relief to do yet. So, anyway, I'm trying to, well, I should make the handle for that first and press it in, press it on. I got some old clock hands here. I ordered some clockworks for a clock that I have on the wall that I kind of like, and the mechanism, it's got a pendulum, and so I needed a clockworks with a pendulum. Where did I lay it? Anyway, I took it apart, and there's really no fix. I'm not a clockwork, especially that type. It's an electronics, you know. It's not you know, old wind-up clock or anything. If it was a wind-up clock, I would have took it into a repair shop. Trying to figure out where. I hung it on the lathe over here, trying to get that the pendulum to work on it right here. And I kind of like the looks of this clock. It's all brass. It's got a brass screw-in access panel, but I think it still keeps time. It's just that the pendulum doesn't work, and that bothered me. So I ordered a new one. Hopefully it'll fit in it. But I cannot get that pendulum to work. I changed the batteries, tried different settings on it, and just, it's like it wants to work, but it just doesn't have enough oomph. So I'm thinking the magnetic coil in the inside went to heck on it. So anyway, back to my whistle. Quit getting distracted. I think that's what I'm going to do. You know, that almost looks like a pen, the top of a pen. I have some old pens here. I know their tops aren't that long. But that almost looks like. Naturally, when I want to find one, I can't find one. Here we go. It's a little smaller. This is out of an ink pen. See, I save all these tubes and stuff like this because you never know. I should have measured that, and I could have made that the same as this, but I didn't. Darn it. Oh well. So anyway, and that's pretty much what all the pen diameters, they all look like. But I need to, this is the whistle I stole the tube off of, right here. And here's the handle. This is one I made also. So I need to make the handle part here, which isn't really, I'm just going to take a piece of stock, drill a hole and press fit for that the valve pin on it. I'm surprised at how loud that is though. Can I turn it with my fingers? I better go do it if I'm going to do it. I'll come back when I get a plan together.